Week 34, Tuesday. A reading from the homilies of St. Augustine on St. John's Gospel. You will come to the fountain, you will see the light itself. We Christians are already light if you compare us with unbelievers. That is why Paul says, once you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. In another place, he also says, the night is far gone, the day is at hand. Let us then cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Let us conduct ourselves honorably as in the day. You can learn from the Apostle Peter that the day in which we are now living is still night, compared with that light to which we ought to come. For he says that a voice was born to the Lord Christ from the majestic glory, saying, You are my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. We heard this voice, he says, born from heaven, when we were with him on the holy mountain. However, because we were not there, and did not hear that voice speaking from heaven, Peter himself says to us, and we have the prophetic word made more sure. You will do well to pay attention to this as to a lamp shining in a dark place, until the day dawns and the morning star rises in your hearts. And so, when our Lord Jesus Christ comes, and in the words also of Paul, will bring to light the things now hidden in darkness, and will disclose the purposes of the heart, then every man will receive his commendation from God. Then, when that day has come, there will be no need of lamps. Then we shall have no reading from the prophets. The epistles of Paul will stay unopened. We shall not require the witness of John. We shall not need even the gospel. So all the scriptures will be put aside, the scriptures which in the darkness of this age shine like lamps for us, so that we are not left in the shadows. What shall we see when all those sources of light are taken away, to show that we no longer need their light? What shall we see when the men of God who brought us these gleams now see with us the true bright light? What shall we see when these aids have been removed? On what shall our minds feed? In what will our sight delight? Where shall we find that joy which no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man conceived? What shall we see? I beg you, join with me in love. Run with me in faith. Let us yearn for our heavenly home. Let us sigh for it. Let us realize that we are strangers here below. What shall we see then? Listen to the words of the gospel now. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You will come to the fountain from which flows the water with which you have been sprinkled. You will see that light in all its clarity, from which fitful and broken gleams shone into your heart, whilst it was in darkness here below. You are being made pure, that you may see and be able to look into that light. John himself says, Beloved, we are God's children. It does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when He appears, we shall be like Him, for we shall see Him as He is. I can see your feelings are being lifted up with me to heavenly things, but the perishable body weighs down the soul, and this earthly tent burdens the thoughtful mind. I am now going to put down that book. You are going to go away, each one of you, to his own home. To have been together in the same light has been good. To have been glad together has been good. To have rejoiced together has been good. But when we part from one another, let us not part from God.